All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are all doing well. And today, my friends, we are back with a live showdown. So this is going to be a ladder duel between my High Elves and the Empire of Pozero 7 of Clan BBB. Should be quite a bit of fun. We're going to be going with PECLIS up in the sky. I'm not terribly familiar with this matchup. The way I used to play it was basically just spam spearmen, archers, and a ton of bolt throwers. Bolt throwers deal with the heavy cav. Your spearmen and archers can kind of deal with other threats in the front line. And yeah, but you know, Bird PECLIS is a thing now, and he's certainly pretty powerful. Granted, very expensive. His total cost with his kit, even after I strip things down, is 3,448, which is super pricey. So our front line is going to be two white lines of Krace, which I actually think make a very good front line against Empire. They can defeat most of the basic state troops. They probably would lose to greatswords, but aside from that, they'll beat everything else. And they're also not bad against cav units. So if they have to fight like Demogryph Knights or Empire Knights or things like that, they can usually do pretty well for themselves. Aside from that, we've got a couple Lothern Sea Guard, 2 Silver Helms for battlefield control, and 1 unit of Narnia lines as well, which are going to be the Rahagras Pride. Slow is just such a valuable mechanic, so having something that can, you know, have some good AP punch against Lords, against heavy cav, which of course is very common in this matchup, plus also having that nice juicy slowing ability is very, very good indeed. So we are on the Southern Chaos Wastes, which I believe is a pretty flat map. I do always like to bring bolt throwers in this matchup. I feel like they're super useful if your opponent does spam like a not spam steam tanks, but if they bring a steam tank, having the bolt throwers is going to be a huge boon for you for sure. So we'll see how they do. I usually go with 3, but Bird PECLIS has forced me to kind of cut corners in some areas, but I feel like he's really, really good. I've seen some cool combos for sure, using his nets to actually like net something down, then use the fiery convocation to delete them. I'm trying to think what that would be worth it on. Probably would be worth it against things like the Silver Bullets, maybe Sigmar Sons, like those kind of baseline troops that are very, very kind of core in that Empire army. But yeah, nonetheless, my friends, we'll see. So let's get this bad boy all set up. So we're going to put our white lines in the center of the formation, just like so. You'll notice I spread these guys out a little bit just to get more kind of battlefield control. I mean, you can put them shoulder to shoulder, which is a good thing to do if you're like looking to just buff units up and you have like auras and things like that. But in this case with High Elves, in this matchup at least, I like to play it a little bit wider. So Lothern Sea Guard just going to be in the secondary here. A Bird PECLIS or PECLIS is going to be in group 1, 2, and 3. So the cav units, you'll see, this is how I usually group things nowadays. I have my high micro units in control groups of 1, 2, and 3. And then anything that's like a big blob that's moving, I just have in one of the higher control groups that isn't as significant. So we've got the Narnia lines and the bolt thrower. So I don't really need to defend them too much back here. I mean, the Empire could press back here, but I'm hoping my Silver Helms and my Narnia lines will be able to kind of get back here and deal with those threats if need be. So for the bolt throwers in group 6, we'll put them in guard mode to make sure they shoot. Put our archers in guard mode as well, which means if they are being attacked by something, they'll try their best to carry out their order you give them. Also makes it so they don't like overchase and whatnot, but yeah, shouldn't matter too much here. All right, so let's see what my opponent's saying. Good luck, have fun. Hey, good luck to you too, man. Should be a fun match. As far as his army size goes, yeah, pretty normal stuff. Probably has like the basic state troop line, maybe a couple Empire Knights. It doesn't quite look like a demi army, although it could be a standard Empire army with one Royal Outdorf Griffite type unit. So basically, if they do have Demogryph Knights, I try and delay the fighting for as long as possible and just use the bolt throwers to slowly pick off models, which is pretty effective for sure. 138 missile damage, anti-large, can do some work as well. And yeah, PECLIS, he's ready to go, man. He's got the Sword of TECLIS here. This guy's got some serious Winds of Magic regeneration, because you have the sword, which is obviously very good. And on top of that, there is the Wild Heart trait here. So whenever he casts, it's going to give him a nice little recharge. So yeah, if you're just casting like, Enfeebling Foe or these kind of abilities. Flock of Doom isn't bad in this matchup also. I feel like Nets is just a staple, just always good. Regrowth is always good, and Enfeebling Foe is really good in those cav fights or those boss fights. Like if PECLIS, for example, has to go fisticuffs and fight Karl Franz or Boris Todbringer, some of those big boys, right? Having him be able to just be a raid boss and Enfeebling Foe them and then heal himself with the Potion of Koroi and get ward save can be super cost effective. So good luck, have fun. All right, let's do it to it, man. Good luck to my opponent. Let's start this battle. First things first, we get the bolt throwers and just see where we want to shoot. And what does he have? He's got your boy Franz up in the sky. Yeah, it's got to be the Franz. Very, very cool stuff indeed. It looks like mortars. Mortars are obviously there to counter the archers, which is, pretty standard stuff. So yeah, he's got his counters here. We'll get our cav going. PECLIS versus Franz is something to consider. What I'm going to do is see if I can like lure him in a little bit. I'm going to stay out of range of the mortars. The bolt throwers have 380 range. I think mortars are about the same. Yeah, so I'm going to have to get in range. But yeah, we'll play a very cautious game. There's not really any sense in giving him value from my army when we can just, use the bolt throwers to outtrade the mortars and then force him to come to us, which I think will be the plan. He's rocking Empire Knights, so firstly, let's get you going here and you going here. If he does come too close with Franz, we can simply use Bird PECLIS. And let's go see what kind of powder he has. I mean, these are Empire Knights. Yeah, we're going to be fighting them with our Silver Helms, which is pretty much a wash. They're more or less like the same unit. We could drop a Fiery Convocation on these guys, like, you know, overcast the net, but I haven't tested the efficiency against those type of units yet, so... And you can see our Winds of Magic's coming up as normal here, so no need to get too crazy. And we're going to be in range soon. No need to pull back. Both my opponent and I are pretty much doing the same thing, which is pretty funny. Let's get our Silver Helms up there. We're actually going to go ahead and group these guys together, and we can get group 5 and put them in 4, so we can get our lines coming up. I don't think there's any Treacherous Vanguard. And, yeah, I mean, Franz might want to come in, dive one of my Bolt Throwers or something. We'll see. Anyways, we should be in range here in a moment, so let's get both of these guys just to focus down that one. Because my Lothern Seaguard will get melted pretty good. And I think our 3 units plus PECLIS should be able to deal with this cav. We can pull forward some Spearmen to deal with it as well, to help out. Well, honestly, the White Lines might just be a little bit better, to be frank. Franz is... He's thinking about it. He's wanting some scraps. I could go and just go fisticuffs with him. Well, we could test the waters. Let's go ahead and try this. So we're going to go ahead and cast Enfeebling Foe on him. Get in there and see what kind of damage we can get. Bird Checklist is faster. I should have, yeah, that was foolish. So yeah, he actually has some cannons of his own. So we're taking out the mortars. I feel they're more of a threat. Let's see if we can get some damage on Franz. We could also like pursue his Empire Knights in the meantime. And the Lothern Seaguard are still just hanging out in the back, nice and safe. So we're getting some damage. I mean, it looks like it. Okay, so he's popping his abilities now. So this is when we run. We've managed to bait out what we wanted basically. And all right, so let's charge in here. Let's charge in here. And we can pull Bird Checklist back, get these Spearmen to move up and fight here. So we did get the jump. On top of that, we want to use Rahagri's Pride to slam those guys down. Slam Jam, Space Jam. We could use Fiery Convocation. I'm just going to get Bird Checklist in here to do some battle. And so I want a regrowth here. We could actually drop a regrowth on those guys. That wouldn't be bad. And then from here, let's go ahead and get our archers scooting up now. And they can start shooting at, you know, pretty much whatever they can reach here. That mortar team is taking some work. We're getting some damage back. We should be able to win this engagement. The Narnia Lions are going to be able to do some great work for sure. Let's start poking down the Franz. Yeah, I think we won that engagement, which is good. We got the better of that trade. And this one mortar's almost offline. It looks like it's pretty close. These Spearmen can kind of pull back now. We can then move up our White Lions. We'll move one here, one right here. Very good. All right, so let's pull back now. I think that trade went well. We definitely did not take as much damage on some of our, you know, key units there. So now we're just going to scoot up. We don't need to be as conservative, I don't think. Although, yeah, we'll pull our archers back here. We can just kind of keep harrying with our cav units since we were able to win that trade. PECLIS can keep hunting Franz. I'm okay with that. And we'll just, you know, move up these spears. How are the bolt throwers doing? So it looks like that piece is about to go down there. So we'll switch on to these mortars now. And now we're going for the Duel of Duels. So in this case, we could use Potion of Croy just to like top ourselves off. He's got some swordsmen here. Let's go ahead and get some free charges there. Get you guys going, and we'll get the Lothern Seaguard coming up to start shooting these silver bullets. Yeah, that's not... We don't want to be taking that damage. That sucks pretty bad. All right, cool. So just kind of keep screening out his cav units. Keep these spearmen stationary. We can go and start engaging with some of the White Lines. I'm okay with that. And yeah, the mortars are definitely taking some work. Looks like he's coming in for another charge here, which I'm totally fine with. We'll lead with Bird Techless. We also have some White Lines here, which is a huge advantage for us. All right, so we got some nice freebies there, and we need to get in range of the silver bullets. It looks like they might have like re-stealthed or something. We just missed them there. Cool. All right, that's some good damage for sure. That one mortar team, though, they're actually out right now. Okay, that's great. So let's pull back, get the White Lines back as well. We're just feasting on units where we can. Let's pull back here. And one of our bolt throwers is about down as well, which is to be expected. Let's fight these swordsmen, pull back these silver helms. And you guys can, actually, we can attack Franz here. I'm okay with that. We can use our Hogger's Pride ability and pull in with our boy here. Maybe get some good nets or something. Pull these guys in front of the archers to protect them. Keep these spearmen in the back just buffering. And I'm tempted to drop a net on him right now. I think we're going to. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get in there. We have a lot of good AP. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. And he looks to be wanting to rush through the center here, so let's go ahead and just countercharge with our silver helms. We can also move some spears up. And his mortars are definitely taking some damage, but this is a great jump on Franz. Could drop a Fiery Convocation. We'll just do it right here, because if he stays in combat, he should take the full brunt of that. Good. So we have regrowths. I think I'm just going to save the wins right now. I don't think it's like super urgent. And yeah, we could do this as well. And those swordsmen should get wrecked. Yeah, it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as I thought. We need to pull back. So we'll go ahead and use Potion of Croy. Just it's free real estate, man. So might as well. And these guys can start chasing down silver bullets, which is good. All right, let's pull back. Looks like it was some terror outs. No problem. Our silver helms were dragged into spears. Well played to my opponent there. He got us pretty good, like. So we got 2 mortars offline. Now we can honestly just start shooting at Franz up in the sky. I'm okay to take this duel. I have healing. He does have access to healing as well. Let's get Hogger's Pride away from those guys. Slam into these swordsmen here. And once I get my regrowth back too, ooh, we could actually switch all these onto Franz right now, which would be really, really nice. Looks like he's coming around the flank. I don't know if I'm going to have the assets to stop him here. We could actually pull one of these guys, put him in melee. And so what we're going to do now is overcast regrowth on ourselves. Yeah, and Franz is taking some nice shots. That's good. That's solid. That's what we want. Charge here and charge here. Actually, let's get the spears going first. All right, cool. So we got some damage there, which is good, which is neat. But I think Franz came out ahead on that trade. Your boy PECLIS, he was trying, but he tried and didn't get far enough. All right, let's start shooting into these archers here. Let's get you guys all going in there. Get Bird PECLIS charging, and the front line fight's a bit of a wash, to be honest. Yeah, it's just kind of all over the place. He still has the carronades online. Carronades are doing some damage, and it looks like one of our bolt throwers was shut down for now. PECLIS was able to heal pretty well. We can start chasing some of these cav units, and if we can break this position, we can actually ride back there and just get his artillery. I don't mind Lothar and Seaguard having this fight here. Rahagur's Pride should be free. We need to get them on those guns. The gun units are definitely causing a lot of problems. All right, PECLIS, great work. I think you're needed back here. Start shooting some bows here, and you can just keep chasing, actually just playing defensively. This bolt thrower should be back online, though, in a moment. I always hate trying to find the crews, but we'll come back to it. We got other fish to fry. All right, Narnia Lines, get in there. We need you to do some work now, man. So let's go ahead and Enfeebling Foe on the Franz. Sword of PECLIS, and we'll use Potion of Croy, too, in a second. Once the spell goes off, looks like it did. And the Lions should be able to get on here and shut these guys down, which is going to be really, really big, actually. Come on, Narnia Lines, let's go. Oh! There we go. That's really, really big, actually. All right, so the crew, I don't know where the damn bolt throwers are. It's so hard to see. The Lothar and Seaguard there are holding well. Seems like we're doing okay in this fight. All right, so let's actually just shoot you guys, and you guys can just pile in with your spears. All right, so we got the Narnia, not the Narnia Lines, we got the Silver Bullets down, which is really big. Let's see if we can slip back there and get those cannons. Just the late game backdoor will certainly be very, very strong. You guys can fan back here, you guys can fan back here, and it looks like the fight's going well for me. Again, it's hard to tell. He's really getting into my lines pretty effectively. Getting that cannon down should be really, really nice. All right. So if we can get Franz, I think Bird PECLIS might be able to carry this. I have one more regrowth. We're going to use it just to be safe. And I could pull back. I could do a little bit of cycle charging. But yeah, he's really, really causing some serious disruption on my back line. So let's go ahead and charge here. Come on, Bird PECLIS. We need you to carry this. Oh, we got to pull back. Okay. So what we do now is we pull back. We overcast nets here. We don't have enough for nets. Overcast. Oh, get back. Get back. Pull you back. Pull you back. Come on, Bird PECLIS. Carronade's about to go down. Ooh, this is really bad. Okay, he's broken, but I have a speed advantage. I should be able to maybe get away here. So start shooting these Empire Knights if we can. If Bird PECLIS gets chased off, I think I lose. But if he comes back, there's a chance I can win. Yeah, we got his cannon offline back there, which is great. We have a fair amount of white lines and like infantry left. I don't think he's going to be able to catch me. I have 900 HP. He's got 670. He's actually a little bit lower than us. All right, so let's go ahead and just keep running here. We'll net the Franz just to be extra safe. Cool, cool. We're pulling back. This bolt thrower crew can come and I guess if we just pull up on the hill there. It's like the little things, man. Those Narnia lines though are doing some serious work. All right, so let's go here. Because like PECLIS with any amount of HP can get some really, really good value. He is quite a raid boss for sure. Great, so the cannon is offline. You can see the balance of power is creeping back a little bit, which is really good. Do we have any other bolt throwers we can like kind of equip on here? Not really. All right, let's pull back this way. We need to fan out our archers so PECLIS can like pick things off. And Franz is back too. It's a little bit scary. We shattered that piece. Looks like this mortar team is shattered as well. Okay, the mortar teams are all like insignificant now, so we just need to bring the lines to peel now. Trying to get a terror out on these friggin' swordsmen here. Yeah, looks like some of those guys are breaking here. We do have more HP, but I don't want to risk a head-on trade. These swordsmen should terror out here in a moment. There they go. So let's get these guys, start shooting at Franz if we can, and have him come over here and start doing his thing. This big blob fight's pretty scary, but nothing that a net can't handle. Like a big net, you know, overcasted kind of situation. Yeah, Franz is taking some bow shots. Looks like he might come in with the Empire Knights. We could net him down. Maybe if he approaches, we will. We have the ward save. We have a couple ways that we can do things here. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about like the Empire infantry blobs. I feel like we should be able to punish them pretty good. We just need to secure our dudes here. So let's get PECLIS to come run these guys down. The winds of magic we can generate is just absolutely insane. All right, let's pull you guys over, try and reunify our forces. Pull you guys over here. It's gonna be a close scrap for sure. What are these swordsmen? Yeah, no problem. The war line should be able to tear them apart. White lines on the far side have done a great job. Let's kind of keep pulling those guys. See if they can just go get some freebies. Oh, the silver bullets are back. That's actually a big problem. All right, so you just pile into these spearmen. They're shaken, but I'm taking spear damage, which is not worth it. Is there any way I can unify? Yeah, Rahagur's Pride can come in and just break things too. What are these guys? This is the bolt thrower crew? Okay. Could have sworn there was one nearby. Everyone's just so freaking low, man. It's wild, huh? You can shoot at those spearmen. It's not great, but Can't have everything in this world. Eventually, maybe we'll get back to those bolt throwers. It's hard to say. Okay, so I'm doing okay on HP. Winds of Magic is coming back, so that's really good too. That allows us to spam some very, very powerful abilities. Any bow shots we can get on Franz is great. Perfect. Rahagir's Pride or shattering random things around the battlefield. We could do the net combo on these healthy spearmen. I think that might not be a bad idea. They're kind of like in this awkward position. Okay, cool. So yeah, both of us just kind of reunifying our forces. Let's kind of form ranks if we can. Looking for bolt throwers. I think the bolt throwers would be like back here somewhere. I think one of them was actually up on the hill, but I think he destroyed all the models for that one. That's why I can't find it. Okay, so we could use this. That should break him. Cool. White lines chasing things off. Spearmen, bolt thrower crews. I don't know why I'm so poorly looked at in this bounce of power. This is actually a really big potential play for us here. Because he's overextending a little bit with Franz. So what we can do is net him here. And then maybe bring him down with some bowfire. Or at least get him very, very low. He has silver bullets still too, which sucks. Okay, so we need to rip a couple shots here. He's at 800 HP. Those bows will hit him. That's like big damage. Yeah, not big, but it's substantial enough. Will PECLIS be able to beat Franz is the question? Yeah, we got a lot of HP off him right there. It's down to 700 now. I know he's got silver bullets lurking in the shadows though, which is definitely scary. Alright, let's do this. Let's get the Narnia line slamming into the swordsman. Still has some Empire Knights. White Lions, come back to us. Pull you guys back as well. Very good. Ooh, yeah, the freaking silver bullets here are going to be really nasty. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Yeah, I need to shut them down. Normally I would like to save it for a blob situation, but I don't know if my opponent's watching here. Yeah, he is for sure. Okay, so that was a mistake. I kind of panicked, honestly. I'm just like, I need to kill the silver bullets. They must die. Shoot him here. How are we doing on HP? 500. Probably not going to be enough to defeat Franz at this point, but let's go ahead and collapse here. Okay, so silver bullets appear to be wavering. Winds of Magic it's a thing. So let's move you guys up. They can go prepare to fight these guys. Rahagir's Pride could actually be pretty big. Yeah, we're going to have to win against Franz in this guy. Alright, so Narnia Alliance can attack here. PECLIS will enfeebling foe. Potion of Croy. Oh, the battle! Oh no, Franz got me! He got me good. GG, that was a close game. GG, well played. A proper scrap indeed. So yeah, guys, there you have it. I'm trying to learn how to play High Elves. I don't feel like PECLIS, Bird PECLIS is the way to go there. I mean, I took some risky trades with the Franz for sure. He was able to get me pretty solid with that good old Galmaraz, and if anybody's going to beat me down, it's going to be the Empire. It feels good, but yeah, the war lines were really solid. I think the war lines and silver helms were really good. If I had had a couple more, like instead of going Bird PECLIS, just going regular horse PECLIS and just trying to swarm, that would have been nice. Maybe an extra bolt thrower or something, but yeah, I didn't like the Bird PECLIS. I guess maybe I'm not very good with him. High Elves I'm trying to learn an Elf faction. Wood Elves probably will wait till they get their DLC, and for Dark Elves, yeah, I don't know. The Dark Elves never really tickled my pickle that much. So in this case, I'm trying to learn High Elves and, try these different strategies. But obviously, I had some pretty big misplays, and my opponent really capitalized quite well on some things. But yeah, the bolt throwers did good. The lines were good. Silver helms were solid. Again, we were able to outtrade the Empire Knights. But in the end, I felt like our infantry line and our Lothern Sea Guard didn't pay the troll toll. But yeah, well played to my opponent. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to be trying to get more live showdowns here on the channel. Definitely something I'm really interested in doing. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed this PECLIS versus Franz duel. Certainly very fun. Very fun. I thought I might have been able to come back, but the mighty poser here was able to get me in the fourth quarter. So well played, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.